Welcome back to Market Day Report. This last time we're going to get together for this show, Market Day Report. But you know what? You're going to stick around, stay right where you're at. Let the clock do the work for you. Top of the hour in about 15 minutes, about 16 minutes actually. We've got the Cow Guy Close. I want you to be there. We got a great show coming up. It's lots of, as you can imagine, lots of things to talk about. It's the Cow Guy Close, 1 Central, 2 Eastern. Now, if you've got to go do something and you can't stick around and watch it, you're excused. But you can catch it on the radio. We give it to you at 3 different places on the radio that you can listen to it. The first one is it's rural radio, Sirius XM channel 147, and that's going to be the late afternoon, early evening. 5 Central, 6 Eastern, and then a little bit later in the evening we put it back on again, 9 Central, 10 Eastern. And if you're a night owl, we put it on real early in the morning, 2 a.m. Central, 3 a.m. Eastern, and that's the Cow Guy Close, rural radio, Sirius XM channel 147. So we give you 4 places to get it. 3 of them are radio, and 1 of them's watching it. And I think watching it's probably the best. And again, that's just the top of the hour. You can just sit where you're at and let the clock do the work for you. 1 Central, 2 Eastern, the Cow Guy Close. All right, let's get what we've got going on out of the way here. Let's see about what corn's got in store for it. It's been a better board all day long. 6.5 cents better in March. 488.5 last. We got a 5 in front of July. We're up 7.25 cents there. 501's last, just a half cent off the high. That's corn. Not bad, right? We're anywhere between 4 3/4 and 7 cents better across the board there. Let's go to the soybeans. Well, they too are better, anywhere between 3.5 to 5 3/4 cents better, with most of the big gains coming in the deferreds. March is up 3.5 cents to 1048.5. We got a nickel better board when it comes to July. 1075.25 last, just 2 cents off the high. But SEPs lead the way higher at 5 3/4 cents higher right now. 1049.25 is last. All right, that's soybeans. Moving over to the wheat in Chicago wheat. We've got some gains there as well, solid double-digit ones. March is up 12.5 cents to 548. We've got July up 11 cents to 572.5. And we've got a dime put on the D's board on wheat, 605.5 last there, just a tick off the high of the day. Hard red, Kansas City, what's that got for us? It's got about a 9.5 cent gain on average across the board. March is up 9 3/4 cents to 563, which is on the high of the day. July's up 9.5 cents to 581 3/4, which is on the high of the day. And we've got an 8-cent rally in Dees, which is 609 3/4, which also is on the high of the day. Good time to stop in and take a look at hard red wheat, right? Let's move over and see if spring wheat is suffering from the same nice affliction. It's up 12 1/4 cents in March to 598 even. Trying to put a 6 in front of it, folks. We're only a half cent away from the high of the day. We're a dime better bid in July to 617 3/4, just a tick off the highs. And Dees is even up 6 3/4 cents to 643 1/4. That's a penny and 3/4 off the high there. Let's go to the cotton board and see what that's got for us. Not a lot happening here, folks. 22 points lower. That's March cotton. 67.05 is last. May is down 21 points to 68.15. Let's bring him in. Ted Seifried, Zaner Ag Hedge. Ted, thanks for coming on. You're batting cleanup today. So the floor is yours. What say you?
Well, Scott, yesterday we were trading some bigger, broader picture things. We were worried about the stock market, the economy. We were worried about, how things are going to go with renewable fuels and so on and so forth. Today, I feel like we are a lot more concerned with what's in front of us immediately, which is South American weather. We're still very much concerned about Argentina, even though their forecast looks marginally better. I don't know if it's enough to make up for the deficit that was created really in the month of January. And they're still looking for warmer temperatures in drier areas as well. So that's a concern, how far behind the harvest pace of that first season soybean crop is in, say, Mato Grosso and other parts of Brazil, and the second season corn planting is way behind. So corn is taking back a lot of the losses that it had from yesterday. The other thing is it's not a risk-off day, Scott. We're back up on the stock market, and things are feeling warm and fuzzy again. However, and we'll talk about more of this when we get to the livestock, I'm a little bit worried about that. I don't know what your feelings are, but I don't know. I've got some concerns, Scott. Let's just say that. Either way, it's been a nice bounce, led by corn. Wheat's following along. Soybeans are doing all right. There's that story about 51 cargoes or trucks, I guess, of Brazilian soybean meal found contaminated with sand. They're having a lot of problems with the very tail end of their old crop, but their new crop will be coming on soon. What it means, though, is that in this time frame between when they can get those beans harvested and to port or their crushing facilities, there is this time frame where we might see some more U.S. business, and I think beans are looking at that as a favorable light. But you can tell beans aren't up nearly as much as they were down yesterday, unlike corn.
Well, I mean, there's a lot to take in there. I would say this. You talk to producers every day. What are their actions right now? Are you seeing a lot go through, or are they kind of waiting and seeing?
I think a lot of guys had some resting orders that have been hit ever since the surprisingly bullish report that we had in January. So I think for the moment, are pretty comfortable with how much cash they've sold. They're kind of reluctant to really sell much more until the weather in South America changes dramatically, right? I mean, a little bit more rain for Argentina isn't enough, I don't think. Again, I'm worried about the overall economy and things like that.
Yeah.
They're not things that farmers really love to talk about. They want to focus on grain fundamentals, and I get that. I totally understand that. But I think there's some warning signs out there. I think Bitcoin is a bubble. I didn't say that, Scott.
Right.
But, there's a lot of stuff going on with interest rates that make me worried about the banking system. There's a lot of stuff going on with cryptocurrencies. This new AI thing is very concerning too. I don't know. I'm on eggshells here with the economy, and I think we need to be looking at that as well. And we've had a very nice run off of lows. I think it's a really good time to be getting some new crop sales made or some protection underneath us, and certainly old crop still hanging out there.
All right, great stuff. Don't go away, though. We need to go away. We're going to digest everything you had to say, and we're going to worry about what you know what else was polluted by sand? My swimsuit on the beach. That's what happens there, too. So I'm very familiar with that. We're going to go away, pay some bills. We'll be right back after this. All right, welcome back. Let's talk about some livestock, cattle, maybe some hogs. Let's bring up a live cattle board, which I did while we were on break, talking about speedos. Let's go to our Feb live cattle. That's up $2.77, folks. That's a good board, but we're still well off the highs. We're up $3.47 in April. 207.30s last there. We're 42 cents off the highs in April. Even if you go out the deferred to October, that's up $2.47 to 196.87. So that's a good, strong board. That's a lot of threes in front of it right now. That's a decent live cattle board. Let's go to the feeder cattle. That 2 is better. March is up $2.77 to 278.02. April's up $3.07 to 277.50. Look at that. So another strong feeder cattle board. We're climbing that wall of worry, that's for sure. Lean hogs. Well, let's go right to Feb. That's up 70 cents to 83.75, and April's up $1.02 to 90.90. All right, we got about 25 seconds for you, Ted. See what you can get done in that much time when we talk about these feeder cattle and live cattle.
All right, first of all, it's got to be a cow speedo, I hope.
Hopefully, yeah.
Look, if you couldn't break live cattle yesterday on a risk-off day where the sky was falling, you knew it was going to be higher here today. And the funds, in my estimation, are well into a record long position there. This feels parabolic, though. As I said, I've got concerns about the economy. I think it's a very good time to be looking at some protection for producers. I'm worried that this is the last move of a mature bull market. But at least for today, wow, we're really strong.
Yeah.